on this computer. So good evening, everyone. My name is Linda Evenden. I am a National Marketing Director, one of your uplines. Welcome, lots of new faces, lots of regulars on here too. I am so excited to share this topic with you. This can make or break you in this business. And it's the topic of rejection. And what rejection is really, in my opinion, and this is what I want to teach you. I want to teach you how to change your mind. Hands up if you've ever changed your mind about something. Yes. So we can do it in any second. Once something makes sense to us and it's a belief we want to take on, guess what, my friends? You can change your mind in a second. So it's my wish for you tonight is that I'm going to help you change your mind. On rejection, there's actually no such thing for you, okay? Rejection in this business means that you are literally expecting every single person that you come into contact with to want to buy your fruits and veggies and berries in a capsule. They've just been sitting around all of their life waiting for you to come with that phone call to say, this is my new business and this is what you must know about. Okay, that's belief number one that I know a lot of you still have. Be honest, who has that belief? Yes. And a lot of you also believe that people are sitting around just waiting for your call on joining their own stay at home, work from anywhere business. And my friends, I promise you, it just ain't the truth. What we offer is not for everyone. And in fact, have a think about it. Would you really want everyone to be in your business? No. Right? This is your business that's going to pay you for the rest of your life. You are building a business that delivers dreams. It's going to literally set you up for the rest of your life. So what kind of business do you want to build? One that's built to last. You are creating a board of directors. If you're building $1 million empire, and you are, my friends, I promise, you want to know that you've got a board of directors that you really want to do business with. So number one, you absolutely do not want to do business with everyone, right? I promise you. Number two, no one can reject you because you're not the product and you're not the business. No, you're completely separate to that. Okay, so number one, it's absurd to think that everyone is just sitting around waiting to hear about fruits and veggies and berries in a capsule and just waiting to hear about a new way that they can start doing business. Okay? So number one, we've got to absolutely know that that is just not realistic. And yet, how many of you honestly kind of have this expectation? And when you're getting a no, you're interpreting people saying, no, I hate it, I don't like you, you're crap, never call me again. Who's making it that big? When that is not happening for a second, right? They're not saying no to you. And most of them have no idea. Would you agree? They have no idea what they're saying no to. How many of you needed many exposures, many drip feeds, many events, many different invitations before you actually said, yeah, I'm going to try those capsules out. I want those magic beans. How many needed several? So is it a process of exposures, a processes of yes and no's and maybes and everything along the way? Were you yes straight away? When you repeatedly said no to someone, were you saying, no, you're crap, never say this to me again? No, right? But I know, guys, I used to do this. We make it extreme. We make it completely extreme in our mind. Okay, I get it. So here's how we stop doing that. The word rejection it's not a good feeling word. Okay, you actually don't need it in your life. No one can reject me because I don't need them to take all of me on. I know that I'm only looking for people that are looking for something that I offer and maybe what I'm offering is going to match what they're looking for. Does that make sense? I'm only looking for people who have two hands up, who are looking for something, who are up to an area, a time, a season, a space in life where they want to make improvements, where they're ready to invest. How many people talk about making improvements in their health and wealth, but they're not ready to invest? A lot, right? So we need to distinguish, where are people on the pipeline? Where are they on their life cycle of this, right? So people are always talking about it and thinking about it. When they're actually ready to invest is different. So I am a master conversationalist. I'm a master inviter. I'm always fishing. I'm not hunting. I want to teach you how to fish and not hunt. How do I fish? I fish. The most attractive thing that I have in this business is I talk about benefits and solutions. I don't talk about products. I talk about benefits and solutions to their life, for less stress, less pain in their life, and more of the things that they want. Whether that's health, better skin, better metabolism, better fertility, better energy, better sleep, better poop, whatever it is, I talk about benefits. And I'm attracting them out with what, my friends? My story. My story is the only thing that I'm using as bait to attract people. I'm flushing them out. That's my job. I'm attracting them. Okay? So I'm like putting a fishing rod out every single day with my story, with conversations. I'm having so many conversations. They're all in this giant pipeline. I never get a no and I never get rejected because I don't need to push them to that point. I never have someone actually go, no, Linda, I don't like it. It's not for me. And here's why. I'm a drip feeder. This is my style. This works for me. So what I do is I'm having all these conversations and I'm nurturing them. You've heard us say time and time again, guys, this is a relationship business, not a sales business. Who's terrified of sales and having to chase and convince? Remember, we promised you before you started you weren't going to have to do that. So please do not do that. You don't need to. I'm a fisherwoman. That's what I do. I'm putting out my little bait every day. Wow, you know what? I can't help but mention it. I can really hear where you're at and I can relate so much. Maybe you'd be interested in what we do. Feel, felt, found. I understand how you feel. You know, I felt the same way. I couldn't figure out how I was going to be able to make an income, not have to go to work, stay home with my babies, do mum care instead of daycare. You know what? I found a way and I love it. I'm so passionate about helping other people do the same thing. If I sent you something, would you watch it? I don't know if it's for you. And then I do this. This is really important to not be rejected, guys. I shush. That favorite acronym of mine, WAIT. Everyone knows wait, right? Why am I talking? We don't talk. We ask good questions. We share a line of our story and then we wait. We're not the ones doing the talking. Our potentials are doing the talking. The more they talk, the more information and gold we gather. That's the stake in the ground. What do they want? Why do they want it? What could they, if they could be doing anything, what would that be? What pain do they want to do to avoid? What can they no longer stand and tolerate? Is it the second job? Is it every single month being just over broke? No month at the end of the money, no money at the end of the month. Right? Who's in those situations? You're there patiently, elegantly in the background. You want to be the one that they think of when they're ready for change. When that season comes and that timing comes, and I believe me, my friends, people are in pain a lot. You're going to be there as the example because you're the one who's having fun. You're the one who's lit up. You're the one who's moving forward in life. You're the smart entrepreneur creating a residual income on the side. You're taking extra holidays. You're upgrading your car. You're getting to do fun things on the holidays. You're able to be a laptoppreneur by the pool, right? When people are chained at the office. I can't tell you how many people this week I've spoken to that are commuting 2 hours every day. That breaks my heart, honestly, because I couldn't think of anything worse to do. So I'm going to be there elegantly saying, wow, you know what? That must be hard. I mean, if you could be doing anything, what would that be? I don't launch in and say, oh my God, I've got a Juice Plus business. It's fruits and veggies and berries in a capsule. You need to eat that or you're going to die. And you can sell it with me and we're creating $1 million lifestyle and you can be part of our millionaire club. No, I'm not going to do that. You know what's going to happen. Then I'm going to get no thank you. Okay? So we need time in rapport. If you're getting lots and lots of no's, it's feedback, my friends. Be patient, be graceful, be quietly persistent. What if Lauren wasn't persistent with me? What if she wasn't there in the background waiting until I was rock bottom to hit me with the what if you could? If she wasn't patiently persistent and standing for me and waiting for my life to be in a space where I could just finally listen, I wouldn't be here and many of you wouldn't be here, because the magic of this business is one conversation at a time. One conversation at a time is the entire reason we're all here. How cool is that? Because this is a business of caring. It's a relationship business. Every single one of you are here because someone cared enough to say, hey, I could have something for you. They were there. And they probably had the courage, the patience to ask you a few times. Am I right? Who needed a few exposures here? So doesn't it just make sense that you're going to give people the time and space and grace of a few exposures, a few quality invitations? Now, here's my favorite verbiage, my friends. I love teaching verbiage because this is duplicatable. You can write this down and start using it. This is what helps me be graceful and patient and courageous every day. I say all the time, you know what? I don't know if this is for you, but I thought of you because I know that you don't want to go back to work when you need to. I know that you've said you want to stay home and do mum care, that you still want that extra income. I know that. So I can't help but think, what if you could do this too? What if you could look at this? Makes sense to me. If I sent you something, would you watch it? If I sent you something that I think would really resonate with you, help you understand what we do exactly, would you watch it? And what do they say? Honestly, I've not had anyone go, no, rack off. I hate it. Don't send me that. You're just after yourself. You're just selling to me. I never had anything like it. Why? Because my intention is true. Okay? I mean it. When I'm saying to them, you know what? I don't know if this is for you. Now, the first part of this, my friends, means that you absolutely know this business is not for everyone. Hard to believe. It's true. I know we want to smash people over the head with this. Does it make sense? It's not for everyone. So once we can deal with that, then we want to just learn. Then we want to be patient and say to people, I thought of you again the other day. I know that you said no a few months ago, but honestly, you don't know what you don't know. Right now, you've got no idea what this is. And to be honest, I had no clue what it was either. But this is what I love. Here's why I love it. I would love for you to just take a peek and then you'll know, right? What I don't want is for you to, in 12 months, to say to me, why didn't you invite me to come and be part of your team or come and look at this? So I'm letting all the people that I know and care about why I love this, what I see, my vision, and why I thought of you. You're at the top of my list of people that I care about that could be really amazing at this. And I know how much you want this, this, or this. So I thought of you because is really important. This is where you insert your authentic reason of why you're thinking of that person. This is really important there, okay? Now, from the next 13 minutes. So rejection, honestly, guys, it doesn't exist. Get a better question, right? Get a better meaning. It's not no. It's yes, no, maybe. Maybe later. I've got no idea what I'm saying no to. You know, call me in 6 months. There are so many different versions of answers in my pipeline, and different people are popping out at different times. At least once a month now, because I've been sowing for so many years, inviting, leaving a safe place where people can pick up the phone or shoot me a message at any time and say, okay, I got to know about this thing. You're having way too much fun, and I am just the same as I was 3 years ago. They pop. I don't go and keep checking in on them every 3 weeks. Did life change? Did the situation change? No. You be the example, you be irresistible, you be attractive, and you add value. Be irresistible. Add so much value that people are magnetized to you. They can't help but want to hang out with you. You're radiating positivity and fun. Right? We did a 3-way call just even yesterday, didn't we, Jodes? And, you know, her beautiful friend said, I don't even know what this is, but there's a lot of positivity around it. And I said, do you think? And she said, yeah, I'm seeing Jodie enjoy herself with this and, you know, be a bit more excited about what's happening for her future. And, right? Does it make sense? So you're the example. Be attractive. Be interested. Not interesting. Be interested in everyone. The girl who's serving you at the cafe. You've given such great service today. How long have you worked here for? Is this what you do full time? If you could be doing anything, what would that be? Well, you're pretty amazing. You know what? My business is booming and I need great charismatic people like you. And it's actually something that you could do on the side. If I was to send you something, would you take a look at it? Not think I'm a weirdo? I say that all the time. They give me their Facebook, they give me their Instagram, they give me their whatever it is because they get that I'm genuine. I'm not just making it up, and I don't invite every waitress to do that. Does it make sense? So be selective and be authentic, okay? Now, the second part of not being rejected is, and I'm just going to preach it here for a while. I'm going to put on a preacher's hat. You're not that important. What do I mean by that? You're not that important. The chips will fall where they may. The numbers and the law of averages is in play in this business all the time. So I'm going to give you an example. I'm 8 years in to my juicy business, my network marketing career. For the first 2 years, I couldn't even admit it was network marketing. Right? I thought it was a dirty word. I didn't understand the industry. I didn't get how incredible and amazing it was. So I didn't even talk about that. I tried to bash health over everyone's head and basically had them convinced that they were going to die or I was going to annoy the crap out of them if they didn't take Juice Plus. That was my first 2 years. I had enough passion and energy that I just struggled through that, okay? Then I started to be a little more intelligent because I did want to grow. I wanted to advance momentum. So what I began doing was being teachable. Now, when I say teachable, I was hungry. For those that were successful in the business, I was hungry to understand success leaves clues. What did they do? Now, I remember going back to, and I kid you not, I had this CD that was given to me by the #1 earner in the world of all time of network marketing, Mr. Jeff Roberti, who's earned over 100 million in commissions. I'm going to say it again because it's pretty impressive. Jeff Roberti, $100 million. Look how much that is a week. Like, it's insane. The #1 thing about Jeff is consistency. He understood the universal laws. Who knows about some of the universal laws, right? There's a universal law called the law of averages. It's the numbers. The numbers are always in play. He gave me a CD at one of the first conferences in the US that I went to. And I think I just took that CD home and maybe I listened to it once and thought, oh, that guy sounds really old-fashioned. I'll just put it on the bookshelf. I should have actually had a clue when the #1 earner of all time in the industry, $100 million earner, said, Linda, this is what I hand out because this is the Holy Grail. I should have probably cottoned on and listened to it more than once. But years later, I finally cottoned on. I started listening to it. And something happened to me and I had an aha moment. Anyway, I see Jeff at the bar in Florida. It's 2 days before the conference is starting and I'm like, holy crap, he's there at the bar alone. I'm going to go and get him, right? I'm going to like rub him and get the secret sauce or get some part of him to rub off on me, right? And we're somewhere in the conversation. And I remember just saying to him, it really is the numbers. And I remember him looking at me like, are you crazy? He said, I gave you that CD, right? I gave you the late, great Jim Rohn, his CD, How to Build Your Network Marketing Business, right? I gave it to you, right? And I said, yeah. And he said, well, how many times have you listened to it? I said, proudly, at least 10. And then he went, so you haven't really listened to it. And then he's like, Linda, how many times do you think I've listened to How to Build Your Network Marketing Business by the late, great Jim Rohn? And he said, right, I'm 42 years in and probably at least 2 times a week it's still on my playlist. Now, for the chat boxes that are going crazy, you can Google it like every other question you ever have about Juice Plus, network marketing, or the industry. Google is our best friend, guys. #1, be resourceful. #2, it's free on our Google Drive, Team Spirit Google Drive. You'll find the link for that in Team Spirit in the pinned post under resources. Okay? It's on YouTube. It's on iTunes. It's all over the place. You can buy the physical CD for some of you that are old school. It's on iTunes. It's everywhere. You can just get it, okay? Get it tonight. It comes in about 10 chapters. It's maybe about 20. Anyway, you want to know that you can finish his sentences. You want to go to bed with Jim every night. You want to start finishing this guy's sentences. He's very entertaining and charismatic, old-fashioned and fun to listen to. Jim Rohn taught Tony Robbins. One of Tony Robbins' early mentors was this guy called Jim Rohn, for all you millennials out there. So he's no longer with us, but an incredible guy. So I'm telling you this long-winded story so you can understand this. There is a chapter in there called the law of averages. This is how you cannot be rejected, my friends. This is where you completely change your belief. This is a numbers game. Your only job is to get through the numbers. You get paid for the yeses. You get paid for the nos. You get paid for the maybes. You get paid for all of them. What do I mean by this? You don't get the yeses without the nos. You don't get the yes without the no. It's impossible. You're not going to get 10 yeses, one after the other, after the other, after the other. Who's having an aha right now? When would now be a great time to have a massive breakthrough aha with me? You don't get yeses without the nos. You earn them. You earn them by doing the numbers. You have no idea. You have no influence on the numbers. You have no influence on the outcome. Now, let's just say I'm 8 years ahead of you down the track. Maybe I've got some good questions up my sleeves. Maybe I've got some more certainty than you. Maybe I've got a better skill set and a bit more experience. So perhaps I get 2 yeses out of every 10. How many? Linda, multi-skilled, 8 years down the track. Hopefully I'd have a few more skills. I get 2 out of 10. That means I get 8 no's to get 2 yeses. Is everyone with me? Now, you're new or newish. You get 1 out of 10. You get how many? 1 out of 10. You, my friends, can still beat me. You, my friends, can still beat me. What do you have to do to beat me at the end of the month? If I'm willing to speak to 10 people and I get 2, how many do you need to speak to beat me? You get 1 out of 10. How many do you need to speak to? 30. You can not only compete and match me, you can beat my ass. Guess what? I'm pretty lazy 8 years on. If you have the work ethic and you get that it's numbers and you're not that important and you don't get to influence the outcome, and it's the law of averages, and you understand the universal laws and they are your advantage. This is your golden ticket to your masterpiece life and whatever you want. Now, Jeff Roberti understood this. This is why he looked at me like I was an alien, like, oh my God, don't you get it? What have you been doing? How many people are you speaking to? The CD is Jim Rohn, How to Build Your Network Marketing Business. Can someone write that in the chat box there? Jim Rohn, How to Build Your Network Marketing Business. So I want to tell you another little story while we finish. And I want you to think of Jeff Roberti, 19-year-old broke waiter, heard this information for the first time, and then he knew he was going to be incredibly wealthy. And he knew he was going to change a lot of lives. He knew he was given the golden ticket right then. He just knew. He always had the work ethic. He was prepared to go and do whatever it takes. Now he understands, oh my God, it doesn't matter. I get paid for the no's and I get paid for the yeses. When you listen to Jim Rohn, you will hear him say, he used to get on the phone and say, hi, I'm Jim and I've started this business and I'm getting paid to whether you come to my presentation or not. Are you going to be one of the no's or are you going to be one of the yeses? Either way, I get paid. Now, I wasn't prepared to do that. But suffice to say, if you've got the work ethic, you're prepared to talk to enough people, you're going to get the results. So if your results are not what you want, you don't complain about the results you didn't get for the work you didn't do. Say way less to way more people. Say way less to way more people. You're only looking for people who are looking for something. You imagine a great big long line from here to infinity. 100 people lined up. And your only job is to say, I have a great way for better health and better wealth. Are you interested? No. Are you interested? No. Are you interested? Not yet. Are you interested? Maybe. Are you interested? Yes. Awesome. Here's the info. Let's rock. Are you interested? No. Are you interested? No. Are you interested? Maybe. Are you interested? No. The list of people who want to look good, feel good, make money and have fun, it's unlimited, my friends. Would you agree? It's unlimited. You personally couldn't possibly get to everyone who is just waiting to hear about what we have. But so many of you get distracted by the no's and the maybes, and you make it back about you. And you'd rather suffer in your head about why people might not be looking for what you have right now. And it's got nothing to do with you. Serve others, add value, find, be persistent and be resilient. That's your only job, is to play the law of averages. You can't go against the law. You've got to go with it. You can run with many. You can't carry any. Your only job is to keep looking. Okay? Now, think back to, I've got 1 more minute. I'm going 1 minute over time because I can. Last minute. I want you to think about Jeff when he's 19 and he goes to Cheryl Cortese, #1 female earner in all of Juice Plus, has hundreds of NMDs that she's raised up globally. Another multi-millionaire. So picture them. He grabs Cheryl. She's like, what could this kid possibly know? He's half of my age. And he said, give me 3 months, Cheryl. I've worked out that if we speak to 300 people a month, we're going to get 30 people starting with us a month. And if we get 30 people starting with us for a month, we'll have 90 plus in 3 months that start with us. So to get 300 people back then, no Facebook, right? No nosy book back then, no sponsored ads. It was Rolodex time. It was, as Jeff says, going and blowing, smiling and dialing, like he's just putting ads in the newspaper. He's going and blowing, doing all that stuff. He knew that he needed 300 people to sit in front of, to present to. Now, if 300 people in the month are coming to his presentations, how many people does he need to invite that are actually going to show up? Let's say he gets 10 people to a presentation each day. How many people does he have to invite on that day to get 10 to show up? Again, it's the law of averages and numbers. 10, is he going to get 100% people that say they're going to come? No, so don't expect that. Honestly, how many do you think? Probably, Lou, you're right. I would say you'd have to speak to 100 plus, inviting 100 plus to get 10 to show up every single day. So he's inviting 100 a day. That's 3,000 a month. Are you with me? They had it tough back then, man. They are Rolodexing and they're sending out checks and they're dropping off product. I mean, it was the grind. You guys can have a conversation and get in front of people, hundreds of people in an instant. And that's what's changing in the world. If you bring that work ethic and you understand you're not that important, it's not about you. You have a golden ticket. You're a connector. You plug people into the system that works, the product that works, the marketing plan that works. Our presentation, your contacts. Does it make sense? You're the attractor. You're the professional inviter. You get paid a professional wage to go be you, care about people, ask them what if I would you, couldn't help but think of you, no idea if this is for you. Our business is booming. We need great people. I'd love you to take a peek. Nothing to lose. Watch it and then tell me yes or no. Right now, you've got no idea what it is. Do you agree? So will you at least watch this based on my enthusiasm? Is everyone with me? Who's a little more fired up to stop being Eeyore and be rejected? How absurd, how selfish, how egocentric, how crazy and suffering that you make it about you. It's got nothing to do with you guys. Nothing. Care enough about people whose life has been dramatically changed because someone persisted with you. Someone made it your change in life bigger than their discomfort. Someone stood for you. That's the dream keeping. Leave the egos to the door. There is no room for rejection. How can someone possibly reject you? They can't. It's not possible. You're saying they need to agree with everything about you in life. How absurd is that? It's not going to happen ever. Okay? So there's no such thing as rejection. You're closer to yeses and you don't get the yes without a no. Every single no or not now brings you closer to the yes. How many yeses do you need to get to NMD to completely change your own life? You need 5. You need 5 leaders in this business to go all the way to the top. You're going to have some other yeses before you get leaders. It's all the same. You're going to have to start 8 to get one real rocker going. The 8 that don't do much are just as important as the 1. We don't get to judge what's more important or not. The no is just as valuable as your yes. Do you agree? Yes, yes. You don't get one without the other. It's like night and day. Could you imagine if it was sunny all day, every single day, like it is in the Nordic countries? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, it's light. There's no dark. There's no contrast. I'd go freaking mad. You must have the no's. You don't get the yeses. It would be absurd to think that everyone's going to say yes, right? That would be a giant pyramid. That would be a scam, and that would be absurd. Earn it, guys. Do the numbers. Love your numbers. Say less to more people. Okay, I'm going to stop recording because I don't want to be too much out of time.